All right, so quick shout out to Nino for sending this to me on Twitter. If you guys got anything that you want to send me, please head on over to Twitter, head on over to Instagram. Twitter's probably best, and hit me up with a DM, man, and something to react to. This right here, this is absolutely crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. This take is just kind of dumb.
I want some rescue. Are we having fun yet?
Now, don't get me wrong, I have my list of controversial takes, but I never say controversial takes just for the sake of being controversial. And it feels like that's what this kind of is. So I want to at least just go over this clip that I saw. This is from Souls and Sage. I think that's how you say it. I've seen them quite often, honestly, around Twitter, even TikTok. I think I've seen them. So they're well known. And this is no hate towards them or anything. At least from what I've seen, or the content that I've seen from them, they're very entertaining. But this right here, man, this is just a silly take on Tim Duncan. So they're talking about MVPs and once again transitioning into Duncan. What is going on with everyone's talking about Duncan lately? I don't know what's going on with that. We just saw something where Paul George was talking about Duncan, and now these guys are very, very weird. I don't know. Resurgence of Duncan, I guess.
I'll take this whole time. We don't give a fuck about the MVP award for real. Like, we don't. They do. That's fine. We don't. we do not care. It's fun to talk about. Once a nigga win the award, we ain't gonna talk about the shit again. We already done forgot Giannis got two. We don't care. Michael Jordan is the most protected athlete in sports history. It depends.
What is that? Okay, so I guess they're looking at comments from fans. That's really stupid. Michael Jordan's the most protected player in NBA history. What are they talking about? He doesn't have to be protected. Like, it's all there. Like, you can look up the statistics, you can look up what he's done, you can look up the cultural impact. I mean, you see the cultural impact today. I don't. How is he protected by whom? What are we talking about?
Depends. It depends what you think is protecting Michael Jordan, bro. Like, do you think people just are progressive anymore? Because I wouldn't say that. I think people even considering LeBron kind of proves that he's not the most protected, but he has some level of protections. You know, people like the old school era, but I wouldn't say. Well, you know,
he's clutch. He's ridiculous. Like I don't understand what you mean. Like, anything that you want in a player is in Michael Jordan. What does that? What do you mean he's protected? Like, he's just so good that you just don't necessarily get better than it, right? He's God level of basketball. I don't know what you mean. That's stupid.
Who it is, Sage? You know who it is? And we mentioned him in this video. It's Tim Duncan, dog. Filler rings. Filler rings.
Oh
99 filler ring.
Oh
03. Y'all lucky Kobe and Shaq don't fuck with each other. Filler ring. 07. Okay, you beat 20-year-old LeBron. 2014. That motherfucker's tired. Filler rings.
Why did you
Filler
just start
rings.
slandering Tim Duncan?
I
What
don't
the
care,
hell?
bro. Because he's too protected, Sage. And I ain't gonna lie, I used to be on the other side of the boat. Switch KG and Tim Duncan.
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
God.
I'ma just stop it.
Terrible. Okay, so first and foremost, I'm not going to disrespect KG because I think KG is often under appreciated as far as what he brought to the game of basketball. Him and Tim Duncan, though, Tim Duncan in every category is better than Kevin Garnett. Like, every single category, he's better than Kevin Garnett. If we're talking about record-wise against Kevin Garnett, he's 27-17. We talking about most points in his career. He has more, even though he played 2 seasons less. I mean, we're talking all NBA team, which actually I need to look that up, but I'm pretty sure he's like far ahead of KG in that too. We'll look at that in a minute. But overall, yeah, every category he's better than Kevin Garnett. As far as Duncan being the most protected or whatever, this feels like a controversial take just for the sake of being controversial, because Tim Duncan is not overly protected. If anything, people disrespect Duncan quite often. Like, when you think about Tim Duncan, people want to make the argument that Anthony Davis is better than Duncan. I mean, they've been trying to take that title from him for a while. I mean, even Giannis, he's better. He's a better power forward than Duncan. Is he the better power forward than Duncan? And it's like, you just don't touch it, dude. I mean, the fact that he went to San Antonio and they haven't won a championship prior, And then he gets there, and now we're a whole dynasty winning 50+ wins every single season. That's Duncan. Like, I don't... Filler rings also, that's a very silly comment. 2003, Duncan just absolutely dominated by himself. You can sit here and say he's lucky Kobe and Shaq didn't like it. Okay. All right. I mean, we can do that with every single championship. Does anyone do that with Toronto? Not really. Kawhi's just lucky that KD was hurt and they were having issues. Okay. So, like, all right. I don't know. Very silly. 5 rings. And to dismiss 2014, he obviously doesn't really realize, or he doesn't realize at all, that Tim Duncan was the leader of that team. I know a lot of people point towards Kawhi. Obviously, Kawhi was the up-and-coming talent. He was very crucial for that championship. But it was a huge team effort, and Tim Duncan was undoubtedly the leader of that team. Easily.
I'm gonna just stop it right there, dog. I'm gonna stop it right there. Shout out to Kevin Wayne Garnett. I don't even know KG's middle name. Shout out to Kevin Wayne Garnett, bro.
Chat, comment section, Souls OGs. I want to apologize. Y'all said it in hateful terms of who is this do-rag boy and why is he on the channel? I have to take some responsibility for ruining Bezos. Bag talk. Now KG and Duncan swaps. Next he's gonna come out with the Dame Curry swap. This dude is running all over the place.
Oh, so he does that often where he swaps players or whatever? Yeah, it's just silly. Yeah, I mean, KG just isn't as good as Duncan. Like, he's good. He's really great, right? All-time great, but like he's not as good as Duncan. Also, KG has basically, I mean, he said it without saying it, but he's talked about how difficult it was going against Duncan, how frustrating it was. Like, this was one of the players that he just hated going against. And there's a reason for that. KG was at a phenomenal level, but Duncan was just that much better. So,
I'm sorry.
But can you disprove what I said, though?
Oh my god.
Okay,
Yes.
like, are we potting, or like you just gonna say I'm dumb, like type shit? Come on, bro.
I'm not saying you're dumb, man. I'm just saying, man, this is crazy, bro. Tim Duncan, you know, he's a really consistently great defender, arguably the best defender ever. I feel like you'll miss that a little bit. Not saying KG can't play defense, but I feel like you'll miss some of the plays Tim Duncan could make. Also, whenever you needed him to go out there and score, he got it done.
Sage, who played in the 05 finals, dog?
Who played in the 05 finals? Ain't it the
this is so dumb. This is such a dumb argument. All right, so let me jump to this. So let me see here. Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, and we'll just compare some accolades here. Actually, let's take it off of this. Okay, yeah. So here we go. Championships. Okay, he said all of those are filler, and that's fine. Let's take 4 championships away, and let's just leave the 03 one. I think that's more than enough for him to be the greatest power forward of all time. That performance in 03 was absolutely ridiculous. NBA seasons, yep, like I said, he has 2 less seasons than Kevin Garnett. Let's see, playoffs played. Even though he has 2 less seasons than Kevin Garnett, he's played 4 more. All-Star games, they're the same, so there's that. Season MVP, he has 2. Kevin Garnett has 1. Finals MVPs, he has 3. Kevin Garnett has zip. All NBA first team, Duncan has 10. Garnett 4. All NBA teams, total selections, Duncan 15. Garnett 9. All defensive first team, Duncan 8. Kevin Garnett 9. So they're right next to each other. All defensive teams, Duncan has 15. Garnett 12. Let's see. Defensive player of the year, Kevin Garnett does have one of those, so that's good. Rebound leader, he has one of those. Rookie of the year, Duncan had that. And then statistic wise, the only thing that Kevin Garnett is out doing Duncan in is total assists, averaging 3.7 assists per game, while Duncan is averaging 3. And that's another thing that's underrated about Duncan as well, is his passing was absolutely phenomenal. Also, his percentages are better than Garnett's. 3-pointers, we can just like not count those at all. Garnett is a better free throw shooter, but we can see here Duncan better overall field goal percentage. So it's just a silly argument overall. Also bringing up this one, Duncan versus Kevin Garnett, he has a winning record versus him, 27-17. That's still a lot of losses to Kevin Garnett. So he's OG now. But yeah, I don't know, just silly. To me, this was more so one of those takes, and I'm not angry with it. It's just, you're just saying something controversial for the sake of being controversial with that. I mean, even the smirk on his face makes me believe that he didn't even really mean what he said, right? I don't know. I'm not buying it. But anyways, I'll give it to you guys later. You want to support the channel, clanthemerchfan.com. Become a patron, YouTube member, only $2 per month. Link in the description for all that. Thanks, guys, for the love. Until next time, bye.